Hey everybody, what's up? Hope you all are having a better day than I'm having, because I don't know if you guys have followed last week's video or so. You know that my kids, they've had the stomach bug from their daycare and their school, and the whole deal, throwing up, sick, all that type of stuff. Well, I got it last night, and I've been up all night long being sick, and I'm still really dragging this morning. So hopefully I can get better today, because I got to start practicing tomorrow at Grand Lake for the Toyota Series. And that's what today's video is on. I'm sort of going to keep you guys abreast all week long. I'm going to do a lot of on the water stuff this week, and I'm sort of going to try to keep everybody just informed on my whole process about how I'm going about this tournament, through practice and the tournament and everything. And just wanted to take some time this morning and sort of go over some thoughts that I have leading up to the first day of practice tomorrow. I'm going to have Monday, Tuesday, and half a day Wednesday to practice. I'll have 2.5 days, and sort of going to share with you guys how I'm going to approach everything out there. First of all, this is we're right on the cusp of the fish wanting to spawn down at Grand Lake right now. I was down there actually yesterday. I just went down for a couple hours. I took the boys down there to just sort of check the water out a little bit, and the water temperature is in the anywhere between 57 and 60 degrees. So there's going to be some fish that are definitely wanting to spawn, but I'm, in my own mind, I'm sort of thinking that we're still going to be, a couple weeks behind, a big movement of fish up to spawn. But nevertheless, I think it's going to have, some type of an impact here, because it's supposed to be pretty warm. So right now, there's a lot of different things that are probably going to be working. I'm not going to really know until, Monday and Tuesday, when I spend, 2 days out there. But I think there's going to be a lot of different ways that you can do well in this tournament. One of the things about Grand Lake that you have to really figure out, if you guys haven't fished there much, is the lake, even though it's a big lake, it fishes pretty small. There's so many tournaments on the lake that a lot of the better areas are well known. And it's not like it was 20, 25 years ago, when everybody, could spread out a little bit, and there were some key areas a lot of people didn't know about. There's no secrets on that place anymore. And the key in this tournament is going to be locating the right portion of the lake based upon what the optimum water clarity is, and really figuring out how those fish are positioned and how to catch them. And right now, the lake's got a little bit more color than normal. It's a little bit dirtier on the main lake than what it normally is this time of year. That's going to play a factor too, in as far as the techniques go. And like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of different options, but my plan in the tournament is I'm gonna really try to figure out tomorrow sort of what stage the fish are in. Are there many true pre-spawn bass left out there that are suspended, using a little bit deeper water, or are a lot of those better fish starting to move to the bank? And it's going to be sunny today. It's going to be in the 70s, going to be in the 70s all week. I'm thinking a lot of those fish are going to push shallow as the week goes on, but there's normally always a bite, some type of a pre-spawn bite, even when some of those fish are spawning. So you can't really ever overlook that. But I think the big key at Grand Lake right now is going to be water clarity. When you're talking about fish in the late pre-spawn and the spawn right now, water clarity is critical, as far as how those fish set up and how they bite, as far as technique wise. So tomorrow I'm going to really spend a lot of time running the lake on the place that I'm going to practice at, sort of seeing what the water clarity is like on the main lake, back in the coves and the creeks and that type of stuff, and sort of get a good feel for it. But I look for this tournament. I think there's going to be some good bags caught in it. I mean, anytime that you're fishing right around the spawn this time of year, there's more big fish up than there are any other time of the year, and somebody's going to figure out how to catch those fish. And that's the deal at Grand Lake. I mean, you have to figure out how to separate yourself from the pack. Grand Lake is one of those lakes that's notorious for sort of being top heavy. It's like there's some good ones in that lake, but it's not like everybody catches good ones. Grand is one of those lakes where a lot of times when you see somebody win a tournament, they win it by 5 or 10 pounds over everybody else. And there may be some good weights up top, but then it drops off quick. Say, for example, in this tournament, I mean, I'm guessing that it's the first day of the tournament. You're going to have, in that 20-pound range to be having a chance to lead the tournament. But check range, you know, down around 30, 40, 50th place, you know, it could only be, you know, 6 or 7 pounds. That's the way Grand is right there. So the key is like I said, figuring out the technique that, you know, those fish, you know, are going to respond to, those better quality fish, and, you know, being able to run that pattern. You know, Grand is a really good pattern lake. It's set up, there's a lot of similar water that you can run across the lake. So that's one thing that I found out about it. But in my case, you know, I know the lake so well. You know, I've spent, you know, thousands of days fishing Grand Lake, you know, the past 50 years. You know, my parents had a trailer house down there for 30 some years. We'd go down from Joplin, so I've spent a ton of time on it. And the thing that I have to sort of get past is, you know, wanting to fish all those traditionally good areas I know about this time of year. Not to say they can't be good, they could be good, but you have to really approach it with an open mind. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes on. I'll give you a, you know, a report every day, and, you know, try to get some video, some footage of how everything's going. And hopefully we'll have a good tournament this week, and hopefully everybody can learn something from it. See y'all later.